Now, Haley, if there's one word to describe Yoopers, it would be passionate. Passionate about the Upper Peninsula, passionate about the rich history and traditions that have lasted the test of time here. And Yoopers are definitely passionate about their favorite sports teams.
Every team has their super fan, a fan that knows every player, is always decked out from head to toe in team gear, and a fan that never misses a game. But it's not too often you come across a fan who is not a super fan of not one, but two teams. Tonight, we remember Scott Tuttila.
Scott Tuttila loved his sports teams. A lot of his time was spent cheering on both the Ishpeming and Negaunee athletic programs.
Toots was always in a good mood, smiling, happy, loved life, loved being at the games, cheered everybody on. You know, he lived every day as everybody should, happy and giving back.
Tuttila could always be found in his special seat, taking in all of the action.
Scott would sit on that front row bench, and when he was wearing his hematite hat, it was full of the buttons of the student athletes, and so that is what made him so special, is he would just cheer on all the student athletes, and whether he knew them or was a relative of them, it didn't matter. He wanted their button on his hat and he cheered them on.
During last week's crosstown rivalry match between the Negaunee Miners and the Ishpeming Hematites, special shirts filled the Ishpeming Gymnasium.
And so Yooper Shirts designed it as looking at Scott Tuttila, Toots, as a cartoon character, almost like a comic book. And so if you look at the shirts, you'll see that it kind of represents that, with him yelling, "Go Hematites, go Miners." He was like the coach on the bench of every gym. So the shirts also state, you know, that it's Coach Toots, and that's what we went with.
It was a way for both programs to honor Toots, who was there for all of the wins and never left through all of the losses.
The proceeds of the shirts are going to both the Negaunee Booster Club and the Ishpeming Booster Club. We are dividing the funds evenly between the two schools. The family, I got in touch with them to make sure if they needed the money for funeral costs or anything like that, and at the time they did not. They said, give it to the school, give it back to the schools. That's what, you know, Toots would want.